All right, boys, it's NFL playoff time. I'm not excited because this field just stinks. And I
You're
mean,
not excited because the Steelers didn't make
Yeah,
it.
and your team was too
Here's the
trash to
thing,
even
though.
make it into this
I don't know,
trash
man.
field.
I don't know, man. I've had a lot of time to reflect on the end of our season, and I think it's a good thing.
4
I think
days?
it's a good thing.
You've had 4 days
Yeah.
to reflect.
Yeah, we reflect. Look, shut up. All right. The 2023 playoffs, though, the bracket is set. Like I said, the games don't look great, so we'll kind of go through them one by one here. I'll read off the game, and Justin, if you give us the odds, please. I know you have them in front of you.
Indeed.
So the first one, the 5 seed Chargers and the 4 seed Jaguars.
Chargers
Gross.
are the away side, and they are -2 over under 47.5. Who do you want to start?
Oh God. I mean, I want to think that Justin Herbert just takes this team and pile drives them.
Is
right?
Mike Williams playing?
I think it's questionable
I think he'll probably play though.
because he got hurt in that last game when it didn't
Which
even matter.
They didn't need to play.
Is it Josh Palmer? Is that his name? Who am I thinking? Yeah, is he playing too? He's been solid when Williams can't go.
Last time they played in week 3, the Jags won 38-10. Just
Whoa.
that's back when the Jags were good. Remember when I think the Eagles had them in week 4 or 5, and I was like, we might lose to the Jags, and everyone's like, no, the Jags suck, and then they beat the Chargers by 28, and it was like, and I looked back because I was like, well, Eckler had to have been hurt. Nope, he had 8 catches. They ran it a total of, I think it was a total of 12 times. The Chargers
Yeah,
did.
no,
So no one was hurt.
I'm taking the Jags money line. I think it's going to come. I think Trevor Lawrence is definitely good enough to win a playoff game.
What
and
are
it's
the
gonna
odds
come
on the
down to
money line?
-2. Oh, the odds? I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
Okay.
Plus.
But I would take the Jag. I'm taking Jags money line. I think Peterson's going to outcoach. What was it?
Yeah, Brandon Staley. He outcoaches himself half the time. So
yeah. And especially if Mike Williams doesn't play, I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, Doug Peterson, we've obviously seen him succeed in the playoffs, so he knows how to get the best
And
out of the
let's
team,
be
especially
honest. Lawrence is a much better quarterback than Nick Foles.
Right.
So-
I mean, he did a lot with a little, and I think he can do that again here. He's got a better QB at the helm, but they're definitely missing in some spots. I don't know. Here's the thing. I keep thinking that Justin Herbert's going to make that turn, and the Chargers are going to be like the next elite team. Like, I just think that they have so many weapons and they have such a solid defense. Oh man.
I think it's
The
coaching.
Dougie P
It's
point
not
though.
him.
I know your Dougie P point has me spinning here.
yeah, I think the 47.5 is super interesting too.
That is.
They hit 48 in week 3 without the Chargers scoring points, basically. So like if the Chargers give you 17 or 21, like the Jags should give you the rest of it.
I'd like to think this is a high scoring offensive game.
Yeah, I think this will be one of the better games of the weekend.
So you going over?
Yeah, you know what? I'm
Jags?
going over. I'm going over.
I'm going over and Jags.
I would take over in Jags too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we should all pick a team anyway. I'm going to go over, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. Yeah, I'm going to lean on that.
Yeah, that's a
Which
tough
means the
game.
Jags will win. So everybody bet the Jags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
it's
told
tough.
you the other night, if you ever
Dude,
want to keep
I'm
betting, just
burning
tell
money
me-
this year. I am
just-
burning money.
By the way,
It's
I
terrible.
want this on record. I said Ryan knows nothing about NFL football, and the big dog went 0 of 18. Ryan,
That's
knows
not on
nothing about
Ryan. That's not on Ryan. Last year,
NFL.
Last
big
year,
dog
his
was-
big dog was money.
it had hit like 5 or 6 times, which is like way
Yeah.
more than you need to hit to profit.
0 of 18.
I think this year
What
was,
was it the NFL that his record was trash, or was that
Oh
college?
yeah, college,
Mm.
he did great. The
College
NFL,
really-
oh no.
He knows NFL too, though. Oh, we should say his stuff too. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I have those here.
Oh, you
Hold
got
on.
it. Cool.
Yeah. He's got Jags money line. He's thinking, MJ, he's with you here. He says Doug will have the boys ready. Chargers are going cross country, and the Chargers were disappointing this year.
Yeah, I didn't even
Like
think
the
about the
Jags
cross
have more
country thing.
momentum.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
he's right
good
about
job,
the
man.
coaching and
You picked-
momentum for sure.
No, but good for you, man. You picked against 3 of us, which means you win because if 3 of us pick it, it's not going to happen.
I forgot the cross
All
country
right.
thing's kind of big too, and it's on a
Oh, yeah.
Saturday,
It
so
is.
short week.
Do y'all think the Jaguars are gonna take on the Chiefs? Oof. It's gonna be tough for either of those teams, so good luck. Next game is the 6 seed Ravens and the 3 seed Bengals. Little AFC North playoff action is always fun. It's gonna be less fun though with the fact that the Ravens are probably gonna be on their third string. It's gonna be in Cincinnati. We already know these guys were in the Super Bowl last year. They started off slow this year, but ended up being a team that, again, we thought could make their way back. I think they have a good a shot as any to even get back to at least the AFC Championship. I'm going with the Bengals here, but what's the line, Justin?
Bengals -8.5 and over under 40.5.
I'd take the -8.5 all day. All day. If they're on their third string QB, there's no way they're not going to let them breathe.
And they literally just played last weekend, and it was for the not for the division, but it should have been for the division if they didn't cancel a game.
It was for seeding, though, right?
Yeah. It was for seeding. So
They got trounced.
but they won by 11
Yeah.
last
They're
week.
going to blow their doors off.
I think they should win by more than that in the playoffs at home. You could also do over though, because 40.5, it was what, 27-6.
Dude, I still
last
get
week.
nervous betting overs in AFC North games.
Yeah, and I mean,
they're always low scoring.
I think the Ravens scored on some like fluky stuff last game too. So I don't think it was necessarily all. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't do that.
But you know something that could come into play here, depending on how the refs call the game. It was chippy the whole entire second half last game. That's going to carry over. If somebody gets into a fight in the first half and gets tossed, that could throw a wrench in a lot of things. I think the Ravens defense gets really chippy to try to get somebody on the offense to do something stupid, which I could see.
Well, Ryan's got the over. He's got the over 40.5. He says this total went over last week without Lamar. If he plays, the total will go up a good bit. If not, I like this at the number for sure. So, I mean,
that's the thing we have to keep an eye on too.
Changes.
Yeah. And it's not like they haven't ruled him out yet. He hasn't practiced, but they haven't ruled him out. So, like, is there a chance that he
when was his last start?
Early December, late November.
Oh man,
I think he's been out since like December 4th.
So I don't even know if it matters if he plays. To be honest, it's not going to be clean.
I'm going Bengals -8.5, and give me the over. All three.
Yeah, I'll do Bengals -8.5. I guess. I don't want any of the over under. I'm afraid. I don't know if Lamar comes back. That gets weird.
I don't like. Again, I don't
think it makes a difference.
AFC North games.
I mean, he's better than Anthony Brown. I think
he's been off for a month.
Yeah, but Lamar off for a month and having to poop his pants is better than Anthony Brown. Remember that game like 2 years ago when he pooped himself and pretended that he didn't? He was like, "No, dude, I was cramping. I had to go to the locker room." Meanwhile, he was prairie dogging, just walking back to. If he was mic'd up, he would have been like, "Oh." That's what I would have said.
Open the tent. Open the tent.
They're like, "Lamar, can you sign this?" And he's like, "Move."
Actually, can I have that towel? All right. So we're on the Bengals here. All right, the number 7 seed Miami Dolphins going to Buffalo to face the number 2 Bills. Obviously, we know the Bills are, still riding that emotional time with Damar Hamlin. Glad to see he's doing well. He's now out as of today, out of the Buffalo hospital, so he's doing really, really well. But the Dolphins, on the other hand, are not doing so hot. I mean, they are reeling in the sense of, I mean, they lost 6 games until their last one there and almost lost that to the Jets. I mean, like all Steelers fans were watching going, well, we know Joe Flacco won't do this. So the Dolphins are really going to have to beat themselves. And they ended up squeaking out the last second there. But Buffalo's going to manhandle this squad. And Skylar Thompson's going to start, which, of course, makes it even worse. But I still think they trounce him even if Tua starts. Tua's been inconsistent. I like Tua a lot. And I think he's got some upside, but he's been way too inconsistent. And part of that's due to the injuries. I mean, he's got his head knocked in like 3 times this year. So I'm nowhere even close to going with the Dolphins here. But what's the line, Justin?
Minus 13 for the Bills, over under 43.5. So there's no chance Tua plays or Bridgewater, I don't think. Which
I think minus 13 is absolutely funny.
I don't know. I don't know. And hear me out. Here's why. Josh Allen's been playing really stupid this year.
Yeah, he's not.
Not saying that they'll lose, but he's the type that could throw a. No, I'm saying losing Brian Daboll was huge.
Yes.
But him, he's the type that'll fumble at a bad spot, which the defense can scoop and score, or throw a bad pick. That let's say this game is like out of hand, rolling into the fourth, they're up by 2.5 touchdowns, and he throws a pick like that. All of a sudden,
that's what you get with a gunslinger.
So I would take the money line, but I don't think I think I take the Dolphins with the points.
It's a lot of points for an NFL game, period. But
it is, but it's
I don't know.
About this though.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia, they're going to be up for this game. Again, the whole DeMar Hamlin thing still playing into this. I mean, I just think there's going to be such an energy in Buffalo and against a division rival. I don't know. I think Buffalo's supposed to. I mean, they're supposed to manhandle.
They just beat the Dolphins a couple weeks ago, but they had Tua. It was 32-29, but that was with Tua. So I don't know.
And was that in Miami or Buffalo?
Buffalo. The other one I would imagine would have been with Tua. They lost to the Dolphins 21-19. And it was the Tua got hurt in that game. So it was Tua and Bridgewater.
Yeah, I mean,
21-19.
I think the Dolphins with 13 points is a lot.
But with Skylar Thompson, that dude is terrible.
Kevin, the reason Tua is good is because all he has to do is throw it downfield. There's no aiming.
Skylar Thompson.
I argued this multiple times throughout the season. He's not. Everyone's saying he's coming around as a quarterback. No, he has the 2 fastest wide receivers, probably in the
league. Isn't Tyreek a little gimpy though?
Yeah, Tyreek's hurt, and he got hurt last week, and I'm pretty sure Jalen Waddle got hurt in that last play. And
what's Tyreek Hill's biggest weapon? His speed.
That fake horse collar tackle that you guys got.
He's still a hurt Hill is still faster than any of their D-backs.
Is Teddy Bridgewater? Oh, here's something. Teddy Bridgewater was listed as limited today for practice. That doesn't mean that he's not playing.
Here's the thing. That's a huge thing for me because if Teddy Bridgewater plays, I'm with MJ on the plus 13. I think they can play them close enough with a competent person throwing the football. I don't think they get that close with Thompson. I really don't.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that the Bills are going to win this game. I'm taking the points with the Dolphins. You two, if Bridgewater plays, you'll take the points.
If Bridgewater plays, I'll take the plus 13. If he doesn't, I'm still on the minus 13. So
okay. So the agreement we can come to is the Bills. What did Ryan have to say?
Ryan said Bills minus 13. No Tua. This should be a romp.
Nope. You know what? You three are picking it together
a few years back.
I'm 1,000% right. I am so right. I am going to win this so bad. The 3 of you picking the same thing, especially with Kevin sprinkled in there. Oh, I am winning this.
I don't know what the heck to do about the over-under. I would imagine it goes under, but
what is the over-under?
43.5. I feel like the Bills might put up 43.5 themselves.
I know. I think that's a good overcall.
I don't know, because I don't know if Skylar Thompson gets you much.
Do we know what weather's looking like?
Sunny and 75.
I hope it's snowing, because if it's snowing,
because the Bills have. If it's snowing, the Bills have no run game. Zero.
Still, what happened? Why don't they have a better run game?
Why did they not make a play for McCaffrey? Like, what are you doing?
I was Googling the weather. This is how I typed. It says Sether for, you can't see it. Sether for Bills Dolphins.
Stop drinking those high noons, man. You can't handle one nooner.
No, I just don't. I don't edit myself. What is this?
Also, every time you text, it's riddled with spelling errors.
I know. I fat finger everything, and I don't autocorrect it. So
it is riddled with spelling errors.
Just do what I want.
Like this guy's got a degree in education.
Partly sunny, not that cold. No snow. Just 33.
Okay. Yeah, you can still throw the ball.
Dolphins hate the cold, even though Mike or whatever his name is, McDaniels.
Isn't Skylar Thompson from Northwestern? Isn't he or no? K-State.
K-State. So I mean, he's played the cold.
Yeah. What's the next one?
But yeah, Ryan
That game
says it could be
sucks.
like the Connor Cook playoff game a few years back.
That
So,
Oakland. Yeah.
yeah, that was a pretty gross one. All right, on to the NFC playoff picture here. Starting off with the number 5 Dallas Cowboys and the number 4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. Justin, what's the line?
It's the Monday night game, thank God, because if the Cowboys win, they're on a short week. Cowboys -2.5 at Tampa.
I'll make it easy. No way the Cowboys win this game. I'll tell you why. Because they are complete. Every single time you think this team's going to do it, they don't do it. I don't like Stephen A. Smith, but if there's one thing I actually agree with him on, it's that what can go wrong will go wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. He's right on the money with them. I mean, they got rocked last week against the Commanders, who had what's his name? I don't even remember his name.
Sam Howell. You should remember his name. He's another better quarterback out of this draft class than Kenny Pickett.
Oh, shut up.
Crazy.
Stop it.
You got
Stop
Mr. Irrelevant.
You have so many problems.
Sam Howell.
You're such a hater.
So
It's
I was like,
ridiculous.
wait a second. Kenny Pickett
It's
was actually
ridiculous.
better towards the end of the year. I was ready to concede that. My man played 13
Dude,
games
look
and had
how
a
much
stat
better
line
Kenny
of
Pickett got.
7 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I
Okay,
would be
but look at-
jumping off what bridge is that
Look at the
above
progression.
Monongahela?
Look
I
at
think,
the
it's the, I
progression.
think it's the 10th Street Bridge.
Dude, he had those picks in like the first 4 or 5 games and hadn't thrown any at all since.
Say he had 0 picks. He had 7 touchdown passes in 13 games.
It's not his fault Deontay Johnson can't catch the dang ball.
He's bad. He's a bad
He's
quarterback.
not bad.
Sam Howell had like 30% of his touchdown passes in one game last week. And Brock Purdy has like 150% of his touchdown passes. And he
Listen
got
to me.
drafted with the
Kenny
last thing
Pickett's
in the
been
draft.
carrying a weak offensive line and bailing them out back-to-back games with game-winning drives. The guy's got metal.
I want
He's
you
what
to
want
love him
back
so
there.
much.
He's our guy. He's going to be great.
Oh, I
Anyway.
want you to love him so much. Oh, they're going to be
Cowboys,
bad forever.
Buccaneers.
It's so
I'm
good.
taking the Bucks. Tom Brady's undefeated against the Cowboys. I'm taking the
was
Bucks.
my other
You don't bet against God's nephew. I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, the Cowboys just don't
I
win
think
the playoffs. They don't
Only
do it.
saving grace for the Cowboys is that they did get torch daddied by Sam Howell last week, but Sam Howell could also run. And I think Brady's a little bit kind of statue back there. Their line's kind of beat up. I mean, they're 8-9 for a reason too. The only thing is, I mean, you can look back to week 1. The Bucks won 19-3, but like that's a while ago.
But now look, Mike Evans is back in the mix and he's cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
the
waits
Cowboys
till-
are
he waits till
Cowboys
it's
are getting
irrelevant.
everyone back too. Like all their whole defense that was hurt is coming back for the game. I think I'm still going Bucks though, 'cause like you said, they've never beat Tom Brady. Cowboys never beat Tom Brady. I don't know if they start now.
Yeah. And that's what Ryan said. Ryan's going with the Bucks money line for that very reason. Like Brady has not been
Wait,
beat by
did
these
we all
guys.
just
And
pick the
again,
Bucks? Did we all just pick?
Cowboys are going to torch them.
and I mean, here's the other thing too. Justin and I were talking about this the other day. Like, I think that's what makes Cowboys fans so obnoxious is that they're like, I mean, look at all these Super Bowls we won in the 90s. It's like,
It
You're
sounds like
19 years
sounds like
old. You're
Steeler
20
fans.
years old.
It sounds exactly like Steeler.
we don't need that.
fans.
We've won 2 since then.
Okay, how long ago now?
2000 what?
It's been a
9?
while. 2009.
2009.
We were in 2010 and we lost that one.
2006.
Oh, was that the
They won
Packers?
too. Yeah, they lost to the
6 and 9
Packers.
we won. Yeah, Packers. That was a great game.
Beat Cardinals, lost the Packers, beat the Seahawks with Matt Hasselbeck.
Hey, but they had Sean Alexander.
Sean Alexander was good.
But anyway, yeah, Buccaneers. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be playing your Eagles, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The number
Maybe.
6 New York Football Giants at the number 3 Minnesota Vikings.
We won't be playing
No,
the
this is
Bucks because we'll be
interesting.
playing the Giants because Giants money line.
No.
Suck it. We'll be playing the Giants next week because they'll be the lowest seeded team. Yeah, they're gonna beat the Vikings. The Vikings are trash. Kirk Cousins sucks. He's gonna throw 195 yards to Justin Jefferson and no one else. The Giants are gonna run down their throats. They lost by 3 points last time. I think. Oh, by the way, the line. I don't know why I'm coming in so hot. It's Vikings -3 is the line. And the Vikings won by 3 when they played the Giants earlier this year. But yeah, I just think the Giants win. Kirk Cousins.
You're way more fired up about it than I am, but I agree with everything you just said.
He's going to be the only game on TV. Kirk Cousins.
I think the Giants are going to win this
prime
game.
time, but yeah,
Kirk Cousins does not win when it matters. He's proven that time and time again. And again, you're right. I think the Giants are going to run it down their throat. They're going to control the clock.
And they're not bad. They're not
so
good, but they're
time.
not like a bad team.
They've taken a huge step forward with Dable.
Daniel Jones is not terrible
he
either.
Looks good.
Yeah,
he looks good. Yeah, Giants.
I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win outright.
I want them +3.
I'm going money line.
Ooh.
It's wishful thinking. I want to play the Giants and play. That's a like.
Yeah, you don't want Tom Brady revenge tour against the Eagles.
I'll go Giants +3. I'm not taking
Over
money line. No.
Oh no. Over under. Hold on, let me find it. Is 48. That's a spicy number.
Under.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'd take the under.
Under.
Again, run the ball, control the clock. It's going to be an under game.
Last time they played it was 27-24, but
under.
I don't want anything to do with the other over under.
The last game here is the number 7 Seahawks and the number 2 49ers. 49ers are going to trounce this team. I really like what the Seahawks have done this year without Russell Wilson. Geno Smith deserves a world of credit. That guy finally got his shot, and he looked really good.
Dude, behind no offensive line, Geno Smith, 4,300 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 11
He broke
picks.
Russell Wilson's passing record for the franchise.
Yeah. 4,300 yards and 30 touchdowns is otherwise known as 6 Kenny Pickett seasons.
I cannot wait until he rattles off a Super Bowl win. And you're just
as a third string quarterback on the Eagles, baby. We'll gladly take him to run our practice squad.
Okay.
Devin, he's the 4th best quarterback in
Out of his
your
draft
division.
class.
It's okay.
5th. Well, no, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun's terrible.
He needs to shake some rust off. He's not terrible. He's at least shown that he can be a quarterback in the NFL. Like top 5 one. But a lot of his power was coming from assaulting women. But
all right, we're gonna keep moving here.
Seahawks
again.
Dude, the number there is 9.5, so it's Niners -9.5.
Oh, give me the Seahawks 9.5.
I have Seahawks +9.5 too. Because they
That is
just
a spicy line.
their most recent game, Purdy was the starter. Purdy had 2 passing touchdowns, McCaffrey had over 100 yards rushing, and the Seahawks lost by 8.
You know what?
So,
Actually, give me.
I think they keep it within a touchdown.
Ryan's got the over here, but I was thinking under because McCaffrey running the ball again, making it a clock game.
Seahawks have no run game though. Oh yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, they do. Kenneth Walker, I forgot. He's like hurt every other game though, so there's one of those.
But that's the thing. If the Niners defense can get them the ball back all the time, they just keep running the ball. Yeah, you know what? I'll go with it. I'm going with the under 42.5.
Brock Purdy, dude.
Yeah.
What a story
good.
that guy is.
He's good.
And you know what else he is? He's cheap. He's really cheap.
He's the last pick of the draft. That goes to show that if you have the last pick in the draft, just throw a Hail Mary at some random quarterback. Like, who cares?
I mean, Tom Brady wasn't last pick, but you know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, we think this guy.
Well, dude, the best receiver in his draft class was Marcus Colston, and he was the second to last pick.
You know who's
he was so good in his prime. Oh my God.
That was a dirty team. They were so good.
They were so good.
Drew
People
Brees.
forget about
That
that.
Marcus
They only
Colston.
won once. Yeah.
Dude, I want to do
Hey.
I was looking at it the other day. I'd love to do something on this. I was looking at for the draft, and we'll obviously do like a draft cast at some point too. But
Oh God, those freaking marathon.
I don't know about that. But the trading out of the 1 seed, like what people have been getting for them. And there was one real interesting one that I sent in like our one group chat of Michael Vick. So the Chargers traded out of the one overall pick to Atlanta. Atlanta picked Michael Vick. Chargers traded down to 5 with Atlanta, and they picked LaDainian Tomlinson. And then the second round, they picked Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Just like, who would think that like trading away Michael Vick was actually like they did better in that deal?
It worked out really well. Yeah.
Yeah. But
neither of their guys killed.
Bears are trading out of that pick.
Yeah, they should.
They're going to get a
They'll-
spicy haul.
They'll screw it up.
I saw there's a lot of talk about them trading Justin Fields, keeping the number 1 pick and picking Bryce Young, just starting over.
No, you've got a good QB. Just stick with him.
You know, the other spicy
Oh,
trade
yeah.
out that's been starting to gain steam, if
Hmm.
Lamar doesn't play, that pretty much ends their relationship. They trade him to Miami for some picks and Waddle.
Does Miami have
He'd be interesting in Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know if
That's,
Miami has many picks left after.
Well, if they
Did they
throw
trade
Waddle-
for Tyreek?
if they no, they wouldn't let Tyreek go. They would trade for Waddle. He's
No, I
younger.
mean, did they trade? I thought did they trade for him or did they? I'm trying to remember what their pick
For
situation's like. Yeah.
I
Shoot.
thought wasn't he a free agent?
He was a free agent.
He was a free agent. Yeah, then that's not an
Yeah,
issue.
I think he
That
was signed for-
Seahawks Denver trade is like the worst trade of all. It just keeps getting worse. They have a top 5 pick and they're in the
Dude.
playoffs this year.
Part of me feels bad for Russell Wilson. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I wonder
How
if
do you
they're
regress that much?
I wonder if Nathaniel Hackett is just that bad of a head coach that
Well, I don't think that's what it is, because even after he was gone, like with his experience and MVP caliber he's been, he still should have been way better.
yeah. Real quick though, I was looking for this last game. That McCaffrey trade is one of those that like when you're in fantasy, you get to the end of the year and you're like, who let that happen? Like, why do we? Because they were already like an okay offense, but I was looking at their beginning of the season. They lost week 1 to the Bears, like 11-10 or no, they lost like whatever, some like single digit score game. And then they lost again to another crap team. Like right after that, they had some really, really bad games with Garoppolo and Trey Lance. And now Brock Purdy's like killing it for them. And they have
Yeah,
Christian
it's
McCaffrey.
a weird QB situation on that team. All right, boys. Now it's time for our beginning of the playoff Super Bowl prediction. So all the teams in the field, what is your Super Bowl matchup and who's the winner? I'll give you Ryan's first while you think it over. Ryan's got the Bills over the Niners. He's saying, is Brock Purdy the next Tom Brady? Probably not, but I can't deny how good he's been. That said, I thought all year the Bills have been one of the best teams in the league. And now with the DeMar Hamlin story to motivate them, this may finally be their year. For me, I've got the Bills coming out of the AFC for similar reasons. This team has been so close so many times. I think they can have the Chiefs number. I do think that they're motivated in a really different way this year. So I'm going to go with Buffalo out of the AFC. And out of the NFC is really tough because I want to go with the Eagles. But what scares me about Philadelphia is one,
that
Jalen
like
Hurts'
dog
health.
crap for a year or for a month? I'm sorry.
Well, no, my thing is, if Jalen Hurts can stay upright, I think you guys have a really good shot. But if he's still shaky and he gets hurt easily, because he's a mobile quarterback, he takes hits. In fact, that's what his entire practice plan should be like. Hey, slide, like stop taking hits. I can't believe I'm going with this, but I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a great shot. I think you can't count out Tom Brady. I really don't. I really don't think you can count out Tom Brady. With Mike Evans and that connection coming back into play, they've got some guys to go to. The defense has looked a lot better. So it's either going to be Philadelphia or Tampa Bay for me. I really haven't decided yet. I think if Tampa Bay plays Philly, they beat them.
Maybe. I think that's close. We match up so well with Tampa Bay though, as far as like their line isn't good, and we have nearly we almost beat the sack record for the year. We'd sack Brady 60 times. Like it wouldn't be pretty. But yeah, mine's Niners and Chiefs. I think that the Bills and the Bengals, the way that it ended up working out, I think they would end up having to play each other before the Chiefs would only have to play one of them on their way to the Super Bowl, whereas the Bills or Bengals are going to have to play each other before getting to the Chiefs. So I think they're going to beat up on each other. Chiefs are going to be fresh. They're going to beat up on some random, because the rest of the teams in the AFC are so trash. Like, like who's going to beat them? The Dolphins or the Jags? Like, there's no way. So yeah, I think Chiefs on that side. Niners have just been the best team in the NFC for like 8 weeks. It's their offense is insane.
Niners definitely have the easiest road.
The only thing in an Eagles Niners game is, one, they have to come cross country to the Philly. It was massive that we got the 1 seed. Like, we needed the 1 seed or we were going to be bouncing the wild card. But they have to come cross country, and the fact that Brock Purdy, who did they play last game? Shoot, the Niners. I forget. They played Cardinals.
Arizona.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
And they sacked the heck out of Brock Purdy. And if they're the only weakness is offensive line right now, if they have that in Philly, we like have a shot there. But I still think they're just the best offense right now, best defense in the NFC right now. It's, yeah, they're the best overall team, I think, in the NFC.
I'm going Bengals Niners, and the Bengals win the Super Bowl. They got hot at the exact same right time. Everyone's been there before and done it. They own the Chiefs. I mean, he's beaten them 3 straight. He's beaten them 3 straight times, high stake games. So if that matchup happens, I think they got it. And I think Joe Burrow's experience, if they both make it in the Super Bowl, is going to trump Purdy's experience. Purdy, that's going to be a huge ask for the last pick.
That's my concern with the Niners is that you've got a young guy who's proven himself in the regular season, but is he going to get nervous? I mean, we'll see it obviously against Seattle, how he comes out here, but that's again another reason why I think Tom Brady can make this crazy run happen. I don't think he wins the Super Bowl.
It's actually
get there.
It's funny too, because I can see them going to the Super Bowl, and then I can also see them having like a dud and losing to the Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
if that like it's weird.
Cowboys, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean San Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I can see them, getting to the Super Bowl rather, or him folding.
Who is your winner, Justin?
Chiefs.
So I have Bills. Ryan's got Bills. You have Chiefs. MJ has Bengals. So all
none of us have the Eagles in the Super Bowl, which is good because we all have the Niners. The Eagles are getting in.
If the Eagles, here's the thing: if the Eagles play the Giants, Eagles get to the NFC Championship game, no problem.
Yeah.
If they have to play the Bucks, it's going to be a lot harder.
Because I think
they could end up losing.
I think what people need to understand about the Eagles, that last game, they won, what was it, like 19-21, something like that. Like
they tried their best to blow it. It
was they had so many field goals. They basically within the 10-yard lines were doing whatever they wanted. They got within the 10-yard line, and that's normally where Jalen starts doing some of those designed quarterback runs. And you could tell like they weren't doing that. Like they just were staying away from it. I think they were just like, dude, stay healthy, stay on your feet.
You can't get running
you in goal line sets. If Jalen runs his normal offense, is running those goal line sets, we score 2 touchdowns instead of 2 touchdowns and a field goal instead of 3 field goals. We win that game by like 17. Like it wasn't.
This team goes as far as Jalen Hurts goes.
Yeah. So like if it's the playoff, if it's the playoffs, they're not going to be conserving, a sprained shoulder again.
No, I mean he's going to be playing all out, but
it's not an injury that like is going to be lingering. It's a sprained shoulder. They can run him into the ground if they need to. Yeah.
See, that's what concerns me. If he takes a beating in their first playoff game, like that's going to really affect.
It was such a like fluky, weird thing that happened. Like he'll be fine. He's not injury prone.
So was with Carson.
Yeah, but Carson was glass.
It's so funny how far Philly has turned on that man. Like Carson Wentz is the greatest thing we have ever seen.
Oh, Chris Ballard, by the way, the freaking Colts GM was like yapping his lips about something about having like 4 quarterbacks in the past 4 years, and he was like, "Well, we thought we were getting like a 6 or 7 year starter from Carson, but obviously that didn't work out." he had 21 touchdowns and 7 picks, and they were like, we could do better. Let's get, you know.
Well, that was
like,
Ursay. That was Ursay. They got rid of him, not the GM.
Yeah, but that was such a
That's
bad
why Frank
Ursay
Wright was
controls that whole
was
team.
furious, and then he gets him Matt Ryan, and he's like, "What do
Like,
you want from me?"
21 touchdowns, 7 picks.
But also Carson
That's
Wentz
not
has
bad.
looked horrendous this season.
Well, they just fired their offensive coordinator because everyone looked horrendous. Taylor Heineke had like 3 good drives in his entire season. One of them happened to be against the Eagles. Also, that was bullcrap, that slide. Fake news.
No, that whole game was the Eagles beat themselves that game.
Yeah, that was. I count that.
Quez
as
Watkins breaking away from a tackle, going, "I don't think anybody's going to run up behind me."
fumbling
Just getting the
Point,
ball.
punches it. Yeah. Yeah.
mess. But go Birds, because obviously they're getting to the Super Bowl since we all picked the Niners. That's good.
It'll be an interesting time for sure. All right. So yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. It's going to be a pretty fun weekend. It's so funny that, like I said, that we all picked out of the AFC, even though we're like the AFC is the most boring of all these initial matchups.
Well, it's because
so
they
much
have
better.
the easiest road to the.
Yeah. Right.
Like everyone has basically a bye week.
Yeah. Yeah. And their
Except the
top
Jags,
seeds are more
Chargers.
like consistent top teams. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like those top 3 teams in the AFC are great. And then it's like, oh God.
When do we think that the Bills are just going to decide to get a running back at some point? Instead of using Josh Allen's forehead as like their battering.
I'm more concerned about what this fan base will do if they don't win another Super Bowl. I mean, the window's still open, but like after this fan base, you know, so many of these fans have been fans forever, and they saw those 4 Super Bowl losses in a row, and they're like, "We've got a guy, we've got a group, we can actually get this done."
I don't believe in them worth anything.
No, Josh Allen does too
Really?
much. He
Yep.
does too much.
He's the
That's
shakiest
not
out of.
entirely his fault, though. That's not entirely his fault. It's the.
But
I
he's-
agree with you guys on the running
There's
game.
plays. There's plays when he should clearly throw it away. Like, who cares if your completion percentage drops? Just throw the ball away. He tries to do. That's where those bad turnovers come from. Just get rid of it. It's okay.
I agree with you, but I also think that part of that comes from what you guys are saying about their non-existent running game. You know, I mean,
Yeah, he
he's
has
going
to
to
do
feel like
everything.
he has to do more.
But yeah, that's why I
because
think
he's the
that
guy.
I don't believe in them at all. Like even the Chiefs figured out like Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon. They found out later in the season here. The Bengals have Mixon, who's not even their best running. Like P. Ryan's better than Mixon.
P. Ryan
and-
has been really good.
Both quarterbacks are better than Josh Allen. Like give me Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes any day over Josh Allen. He's going to
Burrow
have
and
more
Allen's a
big
toss-up for
games.
me.
What's that?
Burrow and Allen, it's a toss-up for me. Burrow's great, but I think I need to see like more. I mean, Josh Allen has made
He
some
got him to the
plays that
Super
we all
Bowl
go,
last year.
how did he make that play though? You know, I mean, Josh Allen is like one of the last of the gunslinger quarterbacks, right? Like he's going to get the ball downfield, he's going to make big plays, but he's also going to make mistakes. He's like Ben Roethlisberger was. Don't you do it? Don't you do it? You just keep your mouth shut. Keep it shut. You can give your little grin.
I think that
Shut.
he's
Stop.
Athletically, they are not the same.
No.
That is all I'm going to say.
and I just think that he's a good
Oh,
person.
absolutely. I'm talking about their throwing.
He's a great.
Oh,
great
yeah,
person.
yeah,
They're very similar.
Their decision making and throwing is the exact same.
Well, I don't
You
know. If
imagine if
I don't
Big
know
Ben
if their
could-
decision making is the same. MJ.
You imagine,
Justin!
you imagine if Big Ben could run like Josh Allen? I mean, oh my
In
god!
Big Ben's defense, about his first 2 years in the league, he could somewhat run. It wasn't pretty, but he could kind of do.
Well, he didn't take care of himself. It was so obvious.
In more ways.
He was
than
like,
one.
I'm gonna get hit all the time.
No, but like even in the offseason when everyone's coming in like in shape, and what'd you do? I hung out and drank beer all offseason. That's not going to help your body. Come on.
He was running. He was running from other things than defensive linemen.
Oh my god. All right, happy
Never
playoff
forget.
weekend. We'll see y'all next time. I hate you, Justin.